I went to high school at Hunters Lane High School, and I went to college at Tennessee State University and Cumberland University in Lebanon, Tennessee. I was in mass communications, a major, and when I first went, I was in graphic design, and then from that point, I switched to mass communications, and I still need to finish. I've been in customer service in some form of fashion since I was 18 years old. I started off working at Gaylord Opryland Hotel in guest services, and from that point, I went on to Verizon Wireless, working in customer service there. And from Verizon Wireless, I went over and worked with Medicare Part D with senior citizens and the disabled. And from there, I went to working with 911. So I've always dealt with people and dealt with different walks of life my whole adult career. And now I'm here at Metro Water. I started dispatching 6 years ago, and I initially was a 911 emergency dispatcher. I worked there for 4 years. After then, I came over here to Metro Water, and I've been a dispatcher in this emergency department ever since, and this is 2 going on 3 years now. Typical day is consisting of making sure that when I first log in, and I make sure that all the previous work from the day before has been completed, and if it's not been completed, it's been stated why and what other steps need to be done in order to complete that work by the present day, and checking my emails for updates on outages or maintenance that may be in the area of Nashville for residents, just to kind of proactively get on top of things in case we get an influx of calls, deal with handling chat and phone calls from customers that may have general inquiries, and if customer service is overflowed or overwhelmed, those calls will flow over to us in the typical day, talking to other departments, just making sure that everybody that may be doing work out here in the field, they know who's out there, who's doing the work, and what times or how long they're going to be out there doing that in case they have other jobs to tend to throughout the course of the day. So I kind of just like the hub. Definitely a lot of multitasking. You're working with a two-way radio. You're working with the phone on your computer set, talking to customers, and you're using your computer itself. So it's very fast-paced. One thing about it is it definitely helps the day go by fast, but you definitely have to prioritize things that come in, because it's going to be an influx of things that may come in at once, and you have to make sure that you prioritize each one according to importance throughout the course of the day. So you do get times to where you take a breather and you can take a break. But for the most part, when people need within Metro Water, or the customers themselves, so the public themselves, if they need questions answered, typically dispatch is who they turn to get those questions answered as far as work that may be needing to be done or has been done and they need information on it. We typically don't get a lot of angry customers. The calls that we get in dispatch, it would be more so the customers, they kind of like want to know, they're cutting the grass and they're like, well, I really want to know why my yard is wet around my meter box. And I was walking the other day and I've noticed that there was this stream flowing down the street and it hasn't rained in 4 days. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So typically those are the customers we get, just trying to figure out why there is water in places there shouldn't be. So we just let them know and try to let them know that, we'll get out there and take care of those issues. And usually they think that they called the wrong department, because, when we answer, we're the emergency dispatch department, but they kind of hear emergency and they're like, I don't know if this is an emergency. We're like, no, it absolutely is. There's water spewing out of places it shouldn't, and we need to get on top of it. So it's kind of cool to educate them on that. What I like most about it is that in dispatch, you talk to everybody. I get to have experiences. I get to gain knowledge. I get to see almost everybody dealing with Metro Water. you know, from the ground up. So that's like so cool. But when you get into dispatch, oh, your eyes are gonna pop open and you're gonna look up and next thing you know it's lunchtime. So that's what I like about it. They put us in a nice, quaint, intimate office, and it's just a handful of us on each shift. If you're in dispatch for 5, 6, 7 years, trust and believe you're gonna walk in one day and still get something new. Get a new scenario or situation to happen and have to ask your colleague, like, hey, have you ever had this before? Another thing is that if you choose to work here in this department, just be able to accept change. And I really think that's everywhere, right? You know, being able just to accept change and know that things will shift from one lane to another at a heartbeat. And with how it is now and with our graduating high school students, they're already getting set up for that. They're already getting set up to be on the move and on the go and on the go. So if you're choosing to come into Metro Water and you want to work in dispatch, it's going to be a smooth transition for you guys, I think.